Okay folks, welcome back. This is your old pal Hondo doing another video for you on another reel modification. We have two old school 404s, one from the late 60s and one from the middle 70s. Now the problem I'm having with this old 60s model is that the old top line brake on this one had rotted off and broken off, making it to where it's not castable at all. It doesn't break the line. So what I'm going to do is take this old 404 here that has a loose foot that I don't really use much, and I'm going to swap it out, the spinner cone out on this one to this one. These as long as you got a late 60s early 70s model, you could do this conversion. But what this will do is these late 70s ones didn't come with the little top brake, and you can get away with using the spinner cone from this one onto this one to replace that nagging old spinner cone. If you have that problem and the spinner cone's little brake on top has deteriorated and rotted off, you could take a spinner cone off of a mid-70s 404 and replace it with this one, and it should work just fine and fix that little casting problem that you would have with this older 404. And what we're going to do first is we're going to take off the spinner cones. As you can see right here, the spinner cone brake has been rotted off. As you can see, it's not there anymore. It's held together by these little pins. You can put a long enough, if you can find a small enough O-ring washer that's thick enough, you can put it on top of there and glue it back on, but I don't have one of those. But we're going to take the spinner off the other one, and we're going to take the spinner off of this one here to replace it. As you can see, this one never had a little cone on top. The thing was rounded and fluted. That way whenever you push the button, it would literally hold the line up against the spinner cone itself to break it, and then you could cast it. They didn't have that on these models. See how the cones are different? This model will still work on this model, but as long as you just replace it, it'll fix this problem. But you have to basically cannibalize the whole entire other reel to do this, so and you can replace the gears from this one to that one if you had to. The first thing you want to do is take off the spinner cone with either a flathead screwdriver or a size 8 wrench. You just take off the nut off of the one, comes loose, and then you take off the other spinner cone from the other one and take off the nut on that one. It comes loose, and then you can take the spinner cone off of this one and put this on here to make sure it works. It should go on. Put the nut back on it and take a size 8 wrench to tighten it up, and it should work. In theory it should work. Now I'm trying to get it back in here. Let's see here. We want a handle here so we can try to test it. Put the original handle back on it, which is the white one. The black one goes on the 70s reel, and pull some line out here to make sure we can get this to work right, and pull some of the line out of it. It's old anyways, and pull some of the line out of it, and we'll put the line through the hole to test it to show you that it'll work to hold and break the line. And this should fix your older reel. If you can't find a grommet to put on the spinner cone, and what it should do, in theory, it should work. Like I said, it reels the line in, you click it, and it stops the line. Now, it's because of the design of this spinner head over the spinner head that originally came with it, you needed a line brake. But with this one, you don't need a line brake, and it breaks the line perfectly for casting and reels it in, and also operates through the drag as well. And There you go, and that should fix any problem you have with the older 60s 404. And we're going to put the handle nut back on here. And you have a fully repaired spinner head. Now the spinner head's not bad on this one, so keep it just in case. And maybe you could find a grommet later on. That you can put some rubber cement or contact cement. Once you wipe it off with alcohol, you can stick something that's the original size of the last one that was on there, because they do not make parts for these. If that's the problem you're having and you want to fix this reel up, no problem. Just take the spinner off of a 70s model and it should fix that problem. No time flat. Well, folks, if you like this video on a little repair on a 404, an older 404 you're having problems with the little line top breaking off, just find yourself a white and green 404 that has some issues with the foot that you don't want to use, and take the spinner cone off of it and put it on your old black 1960s 404, and it should fix that problem. No time flat, and then you'll have a good working reel. Well, folks, if you like this video, please hit the like, share, and subscribe. And y'all know what you can do. You put God first, He puts you first every time. And you know what, YouTube? God loves you, so does Hondo. Peace out, YouTube.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.